The Tale of Elizabeth Bathory, the Blood Countess. In the annals of history, where shadows cast long and tales grow taller with each retelling, there emerges a figure so shrouded in darkness and intrigue that she has become the stuff of legend. Elizabeth Bathory, known to many as the Blood Countess. Let's dive into this macabre narrative, where the lines between myth and reality blur into a tapestry of horror and nobility. The early years, a noble beginning. Born in 1560, into the illustrious Bathory family of Hungary, Elizabeth's lineage was as noble as they come. Her family was not just any noble house. They were practically royalty, with ties to the Transylvanian princes and even the Polish throne. Elizabeth was raised in a castle that could have been torn from the pages of a Gothic novel, with its sprawling corridors and dark, secretive chambers. Her education was befitting a woman of her status, languages, literature, and the arts. But there was a whisper, a dark undercurrent in her upbringing. Some say her family's penchant for cruelty was passed down like a cursed heirloom. Elizabeth's aunt, Clara Bathory, was known for her sadistic practices, perhaps planting the seeds of what was to come. Marriage and the descent into darkness are, at the tender age of 15, Elizabeth was married to Count Ferenc Nadasdy, a man whose reputation for military prowess was only matched by his brutality. Legend has it that Nadasdy, before leaving for war, gave Elizabeth a group of servants to do with as she pleased, perhaps igniting her darker inclinations. While he was away, Elizabeth managed the estates, but her methods were far from conventional. The stories begin to swirl around this time. Servants would disappear, and whispers of torture filled the air. Elizabeth, it was said, had a particular fondness for punishing her maids. Her methods were as varied as they were gruesome: burning, beating, and even biting. But these were just the appetizers to the main course of horror. The bloodbath myth, the most infamous tale, the one that cemented her place in history, involves blood. It's said that one day, in a fit of rage, Elizabeth struck a servant girl so hard that her blood splattered on her hand. Upon washing it off, she noticed her skin appeared younger where the blood had touched it. This, according to lore, led her to believe that bathing in the blood of virgins would preserve her youth. Now, let's pause for a moment. This tale, while juicy, might be more fiction than fact. Historians debate the authenticity of the bloodbaths, suggesting they might be exaggerations or fabrications by her enemies to justify her arrest. However, the core of her cruelty remains undisputed. The castle of horrors, Csejte Castle, where Elizabeth resided, became a place of terror. Young girls, often from peasant families, were lured with promises of work, only to find themselves in a nightmare. Here, Elizabeth's cruelty knew no bounds. She allegedly tortured and killed hundreds, though exact numbers are lost to time. Her methods were as creative as they were horrific: freezing, starvation, and even sewing lips together. The downfall by 1610, the rumors could no longer be ignored. The sheer volume of missing girls, the tales of horror, and perhaps political motivations led to her arrest. King Matthias II ordered an investigation, and what was uncovered was enough to chill the blood of even the most seasoned soldier. The trial, if you could call it that, was more of a formality. Elizabeth was never formally tried. Instead, she was imprisoned in her own castle. The evidence was too damning, and her status too high for a public execution. Instead, she was walled up in a tower with only small slits for air and food. Here, in this self-made tomb, Elizabeth Bathory died in 1614, her legend already taking root. Legacy and myth. Elizabeth Bathory's story has been fodder for countless books, movies, and even inspired the vampire lore we know today. Was she a victim of her time, a scapegoat for political gain, or truly a monster? The truth, like her castle's shadows, is murky. Her tale serves as a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk in the human heart, wrapped in the trappings of nobility. Elizabeth Bathory, the Blood Countess, remains one of history's most enigmatic figures, her story a blend of fact, fiction, and the macabre allure of the unknown. So, there you have it, a tale not for the faint of heart, but certainly one that captures the imagination. Much like the shadows that still linger in the halls of Csejte Castle, where the echoes of screams might just be the wind, or something far more sinister.